Hello, hello. I figured I would start the live a few minutes early since I got here early tonight, and we can wait for folks to start piling in. So if you were joining us live, welcome, welcome. If you were catching this on a replay, be sure to stick hashtag replay down in the comments so we know that you were here. I always love it when everybody shows up, and it has been some interesting weather for gardeners here in not just in Northeast Florida, but all across the United States. And so I'm excited for us to chit chat about some of that. I want to share with you all some of my mistakes I have made in the 6 years. So actually, I should say some more of my mistakes that I have made in the 6 years that I've been gardening here, almost 7 years now, which blows my mind. I really started going good in 2020. And so I'm very excited for that. So really excited to share some of those things with you. Once you pop into the live chat, be sure to say hey and let us know where you're growing and how cold is it where you are. Make sure you tell us if you're telling us in Fahrenheit or I'll start to say centimeter. Please be sure to say Fahrenheit or Celsius so we can be either super impressed or super cold. So we can be cold right along with you. It has been, we had another record, or at least I think as a record temperature here or very low, because we don't normally get sustained temperatures in the 20s. Sometimes we get 28, 29, but we had a very long and cold night last night here in Florida. And as someone reminded me previously on one of my posts today that I think I got it bad. I don't think we got it bad at all. It could have been far worse. I did not wake up to any problems. I had running water. I had electricity. I had heat. And so as far as I'm concerned, everything is lovely where I am, even with the icicles, because I was okay. We had several neighbors on our street, and I don't know if they all have pumps and pump houses and wells. We had several neighbors on our street that were without water this morning. We have neighbors in other neighborhoods that were without water. And so I am just thrilled that we were in good shape like that. So I see more people are starting to pop in. Be sure to say hey over in the comments and let us know where you are in the world and what your either current temperature is or your low temperature last night. We would love to know that. I got down to 22 with and when I should say it was 22 when I woke up this morning, 22 or 23 on my phone. I did not go out and look at my thermometers. I don't have any digital thermometers deployed right now, but it was a feels like 11, and it was really, really cold for me. Hey, welcome, Alex. Good to see you. Good to see you. I have not figured out how all of that works. And so thank you for waiting for those, and glad to have you here. I started a little bit early so I would have everything running on time for a change. Usually I'm running a couple minutes late, so I thought I'd be ready. I've got me a warm beverage in this very old coffee cup. I decided on some warm bone broth today. How cold was it? How cold was it where you were last night? How cold did it get where you were? And if you have questions about gardening in Florida or after the freeze, be sure to pop them in the chat. We can talk about that a little bit tonight too, because I really want to have a little bit of open discussion, but I'm going to share some of the things that I've observed about myself. So Alex says it was single digits overnight, but 22 right now. And it was 22 when I woke up this morning. I don't know how y'all do that. Like, I do not know how you live in single digit weather. And I'm sure it has a lot to do with, you've been there a while or you've grown up with it, and you all have often, the bigger cities anyway, have the infrastructure and preparation for it. But just seeing what all the mayhem in the Southeast yesterday, we were watching a lot of YouTube videos and cars sliding and some of the recreational meteorologists with their storm chasers. And it was pretty wild out there. I am very funny. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I stay inside. That's what I did today too. In fact, we got up, I checked things over, My neighbor needed some help. I helped them out. I came back, got some lunch or breakfast, one or the other, and went back to bed and stayed in bed until like 2:45 this afternoon, which is almost unheard of for me. And I slept half of that time. I just rolled over and went right back to sleep because it was too darn cold. And I'm trying to be a good citizen, a good neighbor. We know that our infrastructure is not built here, even though it's a bigger area. Our infrastructure isn't built here for these kind of temperatures on a regular basis. So we've had the house colder than we would like overnight, but I've got blankets and electric. So the less I'm pulling off the grid, the more there is to help support that. I just feel like that's my little part that I can do. So there is that. Excuse me. My nose always starts running when I get on these calls. I guess I start talking so much. So yeah, I don't have any dogs. So I did this morning though, the meadow cats. Over the last few weeks, we've had several days with cold weather, not as cold as today. I used to go and put their food up on the big container outside. I just open the back door and I just set it down and I run back in as fast as I can. This morning I had to put them out a bowl of water because their pond was frozen over, so they couldn't drink. And so that was that. February is the worst. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we are just technically days away from our last frost date where I'm at. Days away from our last frost date. And so, and I have not started my seeds. In fact, I can show you guys, I'm getting closer. I'm moving towards getting some seeds set up. So I've got a grow light in my office here. I've got another grow light. I've got the strips over there. And so I'm getting closer. I've got the shelves in here so I can start some seeds. Because I did do seed starting. I did do seed starting outside last year. And so I found that I lost too much to snails and pests and things like that. And so it just made seed starting outside hard. So I'm just starting inside now. Let's see, I messed up the camera. And if you are on, if you were watching live, I'll let you guys know this. We figured this out last time. If you're watching live on the vertical stream, on the short stream vertical, you don't get the same chat room. And I don't know why, unless it's changed this week. You might not get the same chat room as the folks who are watching via the web or via the phone on the regular width. And so, yeah, our last frost date is February 15th where I'm at. Yeah, February 15th. So that's good. That's good. Let me pull up my notes here so I can see what I was going to talk about tonight. It was brutal last night. In fact, I will say this was probably the biggest test I've had in the meadow yet, because we've just not had, in the 6 years that I've been gardening here, we have just not had that kind of temperature that I can remember, where I was also growing a lot of things anyway. But I went back to look at the different frost dates and different temperatures, and I don't remember that. So, hey, Michelle, good to see you here too. Good to see you here. And so, when I woke up, it said it feels like 11 degrees, and that is very cold. And I know that here we're on the edge of 8 acres of woods. We do get a little edge protection, so I didn't cover my orchard row at all, but I did water it in really, really, really well ahead of time. Yesterday, I let the soaker hose leave. I left the soaker hose on it for like 4 or 5 hours just to really help things get saturated down. The leaves look. Whoop! Oh, we have a technical malfunction here. Just 1 second. My whole oh goodness, my whole microphone stand fell off the desk. Interesting. All right, let's fix that. All right, there we go. Let's bring it back down here. There we go. Sorry about that. Our first frost date is December 15th. So we have 8 weeks between frost dates. Technically, I should be seed starting in December. So there's that. And I probably will again this year buy some starts like I did last year from the garden center to help me get ahead. Because some of the things I just didn't get started. But I have seeds to start. And I've started collecting them all in one place. It's going to be nice. I work from home, but I'm going to put my seed starting in here as well so that I can be really close here. Michelle's mechanical malfunctions. Yes. We have a mechanical malfunction in the meadow. The meadow's malfunctions. Yeah, exactly. So, but you know, really, I was very pleased with how it did in the garden. And I want to show you guys some pictures of what I did. And so let me see if I can pull those up. I should have separated these out. I went the wrong direction here. Hang on. Maybe not. Nope. Okay, let's try again. Ta-da! So, oh, goodness. Almost got it. Thank you. This doesn't belong in there. Get that one out of there. All right, there we go. So here, these are the right pictures. Thank you for your patience. Share my screen, share the entire screen. This is a screen. I will turn my little heater off. It's finally getting a little warmer in here. So this is, I took this picture this morning, or I'm sorry, just before I came on live here, because I'm really happy that this stayed on in all of the wind last night. The wind was so brutal that we could hear it through the trees. It sounded like we were in hurricane weather or tropical storm weather. And I am not on the coast. I don't have a weather gauge or anything like that to tell me how strong the wind was, but it was very strong. In fact, you can't see it in this picture, but back over here, I had some barrels laying on their side, and they even have a little bit of water in them. One of them completely blew off of the stand, and it was on its laying flat. So it was on the roly-poly side, but it completely blew off the stand last night. But what I did to get these like this is I have these little H ladders in here, and I have to give credit to Keith Chapman. He has a YouTube channel, and I saw him doing this for his in-ground. I'm going to come show you what they look like here. They look like this. I think that my camera is about to bite the dust here. This looks terrible, but I bought 20 of these. They're about $5 or $6 a piece, and so they easily bend. And then I just put them underneath, like right here, underneath the other garden beds. This one I couldn't get to shove in the ground, but the others I could. I'll have a video out about that so you guys can see it. But what was happening is I was trying to cover and uncover when it gets warm, and it was going to be difficult. So with these frames right over the bed, now I'll be able to go back and open up the sheets on the days that it's warmer. Now, I did not use any plastic on anything. So if you use plastic to cover stuff, then you have to uncover it before it gets hot again. So you know, so that is that. So here, let me just scoot through a few of the casualties. This is the avocado tree that I found in the compost. Now, it is possible that it's still in good shape in the root ball. I was just going to use it to be rootstock anyway, and so it's okay. But that it just didn't get taken care of, and so the first frost, it didn't look great. Second frost looks worse. You can see some of the yellowing on the lemon tree here, and it doesn't look great, but it doesn't look terrible. I'm not sure that the frost, it's not all frost on that. You can just see a little more of another lemon tree. But underneath, this got bit. Last time I didn't cover up the broccoli. And, oh, Kaylee, welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. I didn't cover the broccoli last time, so I don't know if this got some frost on it from last time or this time, but at least it stayed covered. I was really happy with that. The avocado tree stayed mostly covered. In fact, I think I've got a picture here. I ended up putting some blocks, and oh yeah, check this out. Look at the bananas, look so sad. The bananas look so sad. Let me get back here to the album. We can see, where is the blocks? Where are those blocks? I took a picture of them. Oh, so just to try to keep, it was so windy, we couldn't keep the blankets on the on the avocado tree. So we ended up just putting concrete blocks underneath and sort of anchoring it down. It was crazy windy, crazy windy. And so, and then this was kind of an interesting thing. So over between my house and the neighbors, I'm trying to grow a food hedge. And this is a pineapple, pineapple guava. And this is a strawberry or lemon. This is probably a lemon guava here. Now, they're both from the myrtle family, but clearly they are not as closely related as I thought. And I assumed, and this is my mistake, I assumed from the name that they were kind of similar. And I knew that this one could handle colder temperatures, the pineapple guava, but clearly this one could not. Now, I don't think it's dead. And I'm not going to cut anything back. I did cut back my peppers just so I could get a better cloth over them, but I'm not cutting back the other mushy stuff. I'm going to wait. And I may do a video about that because anything that's mushy and dead right now is just can provide extra insulation for the plants, you know, so cutting that off now doesn't help. Cutting the bananas down now won't help the bananas. And they do look sad. Now, for the strawberries, they look pretty good. I covered them knowing how cold it'll be. And so, and Keely, yeah, let's hope, Kaylee, let's hope it's just dormant for the winter. The other one, I think it'll come back. But I'm going to leave those leaves and we'll see. On the strawberries, I put this cover. I am not having a lot of luck with strawberries. They look beautiful. And our friend, the raccoon, keeps winning at the strawberry game. So I think the score is me, 2 strawberries, raccoon, 13 strawberries. I believe that's our current score. I wrapped this in a sheet and that silly little, and even tied it up, and that silly little raccoon pulled the sheet out and went underneath and snacked on the strawberries. So, but I'm growing strawberries and they're growing fabulously. They're growing fabulously, even with the cold weather. And so, you know, so I'm really excited about that. The strawberries came from Jarrah's. And so I just want to share with you guys some of those things. I appreciate that y'all like seeing what's growing on in the meadow after that, the filthy animals. You filthy animal. You know, Mrs. Michelle, Rude Raccoon, I like it. Rude Raccoon and Sad Bananas. We got band names from the thing. But Mrs. Michelle was like, but the poor raccoons need something to eat. And I'm like, there's a whole forest out there. But I don't blame them because those strawberries are good. But they keep eating them before they're ripe. And so they're not as good. They must have gotten one really good one. And now they keep trying. So, you know, poor raccoons, poor animals. So, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I am excited to start making some more videos. There's just not much to show. And so I'm trying to figure out how to make videos that are fun and engaging when I have nothing to show, really, you know, so we'll figure that out. Yeah. I have plenty to, they have plenty to eat. They have plenty to eat. It's funny you should say that because I got to show y'all this. Actually, I need some advice. For my friends who are in colder climates. My outside pipes froze last night, but they did not bust, which I'm grateful for. So now I have turned my water on dripping like this amount here. So take a look at that and tell me, for those of you who know, is that going to be enough of a drip if it gets down in the 20s tonight? So just let me know what you think. I would love to know. Yeah, I think, Kaylee, you might be in the vertical stream. And if you are, then you have to pop over to the other stream. And I want to figure out how to turn that off. I don't like having both streams, but I already hit start before I did that. And so before I knew. So I apologize. The raccoons are more food rich than you, for sure. For sure. So, yeah. So if y'all know anything about, and I know it takes a minute after I say something for it to get to you. Do y'all think that's enough of a drip? And I've got these, not sure. Let's see. Smallest possible stream of water, more than a drip, but not really a flow. Okay. Yeah. And I couldn't get anything slower than this because of this aerator thing. No water comes out. And so that was about the slowest I could get it and still have more than just a. So cool. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, I'm on a slab, so it wasn't a problem. Oh, Michelle, you missed this part. It wasn't a problem for freezing under the house, but when I went out this morning, my neighbor didn't have water. Their pipes froze. And so we were trying to get them water so they could flush and not have to carry it very far. So I was trying to hook up my hose and drag it over to the neighbors. Well, I had no water and my house water was running fine. So I was trying to make sure that hopefully in the morning, if they have that problem again tomorrow for some reason, that this won't be doing that. So, but I appreciate that. That is awesome. Yeah, we don't normally have the frost problem with the faucets. And so I probably covered them less than I ever have for a change, which is kind of funny. So, excellent. Yeah. I covered the faucet itself last night. I covered the faucet, but the pipe is behind the wall. And on the other side of the wall, it's well insulated. It's got like this much wood there. But it didn't work. So cool. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Or ladies or gentlemen or whoever is here. Sometimes I get in, people are like, what? Was there anything else I wanted to show you that happened in the meadow? Oh yeah. So speaking of the meadow though, and eating, we had, where did it go? I had quite the harvest yesterday. Here is my harvest yesterday. I was really excited. I don't think I meant to make a video, but I don't think I ever got it uploaded. So this was good. And we had show all this off here. I harvested oranges, lemons. There was red Russian kale. There's two kinds of cabbages in there. Some gailan and bok choy and the sensipai cabbage. It was really, really, really good. And Mrs. Michelle made we made pho. And so we had some pho broth and we used that to use the bok choy in the pho. Oh, it was really good. You know, in American cooking, we don't, at least the way I grew up, we didn't use a lot of greens in soups. And so they do that a lot more in the Asian cooking. And it's so lovely and so yummy. And so that was fun. That was fun yesterday, being able to harvest those and have some delicious food from it. So excellent. Thank y'all for your input there. Now I want to I said that in this video, I wanted to sort of talk about some of the mistakes that I've looked back on in the garden, and a lot of them really now I'm moving past like seed starting mistakes sort of, and I'm realizing now infrastructure kinds of mistakes. And so I'll share y'all a little bit about that. So like looking at where I used to have weed berries. So if you guys have been on the channel, we've been doing this for almost 4 years. I think April will be 4 years. And excuse me. And thank you for those thumbs ups. Those thumbs ups are great for the channel, great for engagement, great for other people. So I appreciate y'all hitting that up button. And so the whole thing here. Oh, another video. Oh, let me pause. Let me get these video ideas. Inventory and seed starting. That's true. Yeah, I've got seeds everywhere. I've just started throwing them all in the same basket now. I like that. Yes, love greens and soups. Agreed. A seed unboxing video. Okay, cool. That's good. But I had all down by the garden beds. I had installed weed fabric. And then I went to the trouble to tuck it under the garden beds. And then it got really muddy and I ripped it all out because it was slippery. I 100% regret ripping all of that out. And in fact, now, because I ripped that out, the torpedo grass has been able to make its way and infiltrate just about every freaking thing out there. And so I have big plans for how I'm going to redo some stuff, but you will see over this next year, weed fabric, very heavy duty weed fabric being reintroduced into my paths. And in the past, I never put it under my garden beds, but I have a feeling that is going to begin happening because of this torpedo grass, making it almost impossible to get away from and keep it pulled and keep on top of it. So, sorry, I just looked down to your comments. No unboxing. I don't need to order any more seeds. Yeah, I am not ordering any more seeds right now. I did discover, I think I put this on a video, like here is a catch-all of seeds, which I'm really grateful for. A lot of saved seeds in there. Another catch-all of seeds. Another catch-all of seeds. My organized seeds. My bulk seeds. I know it says cat litter, but it's bulk seeds. So like the stuff that comes in the big bags, like, oh shucks. So like sprouting seeds and things like that. So, my goodness, my hair is funny in the back, y'all. That's funny. And then I have one of these bags of those emergency seeds. Like this is like a grab bag. It's from a few years old, but I've kept it closed because if I had a hurricane or I had to evacuate for some reason and I can't bring everything with me, I love the idea of having something that I could easily grab in an urgent situation. So, so there is that. Of course, to me, all that is precious and necessary, but sometimes. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. So few organized seeds. And oh wait, there's a whole nother container of seeds out in the shed, the garden studio. The garden studio. Yes. So it's ridiculous. Because I absolutely do have a problem. Because it is really, you know how some people buy vegetables at the grocery store and they go, and when they throw them away, they're like, I wish I was the same person I was when I wanted to buy this head of broccoli. Well, I'm kind of that way with seeds. Like I want all the seeds. And so, I do order some. I do get some for botanical interest. If I order something, you're like, you get a free shipping. And usually I need $4 or $5 more. I'll throw some seeds in the cart. I'm very close to a local nursery. And so every time I go to see what they have, they've got their seeds on the main aisle. So I have to pass those and take a look at those. So, the shed will be a studio one day. Absolutely. Thank you. We got to keep that positive mindset. So let me get a sip of water here. So back to the path. So that's going to be coming this year. And I use a really heavy duty, I don't get a commission. I'm not paid for them, but I like the Sunbelt brand and they come in 3, 4, and 6 foot widths and they're a heavy duty fabric. I have never had through uncut sections, anything grow up and through. Now, if you get seeds or you get seed fall and little dirt on top, weeds will put their roots down through it, but I have never had weeds grow up through it. And I've never had it tear on the ground. I've had it on the ground for 2 years in some places, but that's definitely coming back. Then the other thing is, and I've talked about this before, is I really mixed up my irrigation. And so I had a couple of the garden grids, and then I tried to integrate them on the same lines with drip irrigation. And you really, depending on what you're trying to grow, I would say for me, for most garden vegetables, the garden grid is probably going to be my more favorite choice, and save drip irrigation or drip tape for those beds where I need to customize it a little bit more. And that's, I kind of discovered that. I had a video, you can find that on the channel, where I compared the two, the setup and all that. And so, but I have to run around and turn beds off and on, which is still better than hand watering. And in fact, this year, if I don't get to fix the infrastructure problem, I may simply invest in more of the mechanical timers and literally install a mechanical timer on every bed. So on the beds that have the garden grid, or actually not on all the beds, I have a timer at the faucet that can run the number that I want. So at the faucet for the regular drip irrigation, I can let that run the maximum. And then on the garden grid beds, I can set a timer maybe for 10 minutes or 15 minutes because it doesn't need as much. And so excited about that. Excited about that. Very, very cool. Oh, more seed stuff. All right. Do well in the North Carolina and rainy summers. That's cool. Good for you, Alex. I'm so excited for you. Big changes coming to the garden this season. Oh, those look good. Merlin cucumbers. I want to grow Merlin, which actually is kind of funny you bring up cucumbers. That brings me to my next mistake. This stupid hummingbird vine. I wanted to love it. It's beautiful. The hummingbirds love it. It puts on beautiful flowers, but there are better choices because it is not meant to be next to a garden bed. So on the front end, which is this way from where I'm sitting. Yeah, that's right. I've got torpedo grass invading the garden beds. From the back end, I have the hummingbird vine invading the garden beds. And so I am determined to figure out how to do that. So to figure that out. And so planting it was a mistake. I remember very clearly when I was making a video and I published it, someone said, Michelle, you're going to regret letting that grow up in there. And I was like, yeah, pshaw. They were 100% right. I 100% regret it. I 100% regret it. And I have been fighting it this year. In fact, I've been fighting it so hard, I couldn't even I had planned a whole video around my garden bed that has the cover on it. So I could grow the Merlin, the parthenocarpic version or variety of cucumber under a net so that I could defeat the moth, the cucumber moth. But the bed kept filling up with hummingbird vine. And so I have probably pulled hummingbird vine 50 or 60 times out of that bed this year. I'm just over it. And so we're going to get it. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. And so like one of the things that I did before is I grew eggplant and I felt like I spaced it too close together. And I thought that was a mistake last time. And what's really funny, because I went back to look at my old video and I thought that was a mistake last time. Now I'm not so sure. I actually kind of like sort of putting things a little bit too close. The bigger challenge is, of course, when it's hot and humid, as long as I have enough airflow, it's okay. But I'm back to the overplanting again, square foot planting and overplanting and putting things in. I was really happy with broccoli. I've got enough to have a mess of broccoli for dinner tomorrow night when I harvested that. And so it's kind of fun to have broccoli, and there's still side shoots coming out. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The other mistake that I have had now is, oh, hey, welcome, Jack. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. The other mistake that I made is really in seed starting. And this is a mistake I make every year. It is February 1st. And as you saw, I've started 0 seeds. And so one of the things that slows me down is I need to make a video when I do it because I want to set up this new system and blah, blah, blah. And so the house we'd been saving up to have some flooring work done in the house. And so that got done last week. And so like you can't really tell from this angle, but I've got like shelves here. That's why these shelves are in here. And we've been redoing where everything's located in the house. And so on any given day, there's too many projects. That's all. That's all there is. So I don't know, but I want to figure, thank you, Michelle. I want to figure that out too. I think it's when I create my, when I actually, because I use StreamYard for this, I think when I create the stream that it is, it decides if we're going to do vertical and horizontal. And so I'm going to double check that before I create the next stream. So, yeah. And having an impending video does cause, and yes, procrastination is a fair word. I started to try to defend myself, but that's a fair word, and so, and work has been really busy, and I'm grateful because the busier I am, the more revenue I have to do things. And so, but the terrible part is I've committed to, well, it's not terrible, but, I've committed to the revenue that I earn, the commissions that I earn from YouTube and from the garden beds when I do a promotion or something. That is how I pay for my garden. I don't take money out of our family budget to pay for the garden. And so when I don't make videos, I don't get extra money. When I don't get extra money, I don't get to buy new toys for the garden. And so it is a sort of a catch-22 that if I want to buy more seeds or more garden beds or more red and whatever, not that I need another garden bed right now because I've got too many that aren't even filled yet, then I can't do that. So one other mistake that I really made, and it just really frustrated me, is I still have not figured out how to manage the when I get a big haul of something. And so I don't can, my freezers are full. I'm sharing with neighbors. So when I get a big glut of something, being able to process it. Yesterday, I'm really excited. We had to haul in a bunch of stuff. And so I did separate out all the greens and I wrapped them up and I put them in the fridge. I actually used not old, but excuse me, there's big screeching noises outside my door. But I used brown kitchen grocery bags, and I cut the bottom out of it, and I made just me a brown paper wrapper, and I wrapped it around the greens, and then I put the broccoli and the other things in those bags to sort of help them in the fridge and not be too moist, but also protect them from the fridge. So we will see. Let me go back here. We got some chat going on here. I love it. Let's see what we said here. Yes, it is so rude. Silver slicers. Oh, I haven't tried those yet. Hey, Michelle, welcome to the correct chat. Fantastic. I agree. Any plant with a name vine in it is a suspect for big trouble. I can't wait to try. I have the Katrina seeds too. I've got Merlin and Katrina, so that's good. Let's see. Better to have a lot of projects than be bored. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my financial plan, that was, I have spent money on the garden that didn't come from YouTube, but that is just my commitment now to that budget. I don't take money out of our family budget for the garden. Even though I do contribute groceries from the garden from time to time. So it's okay. Oh my gosh. I wish you could just walk over and work in the garden with me too, Alex. That would be a lot of fun. If you ever head to Florida, maybe we can figure out a collab or something. So, I actually I would love to collab and make some mutual videos with some other creators. So if y'all have some ideas for that, I see Epic Gardening is doing that. They've brought in a lot of other creators. I'm not in that space where I can hire I don't know how they do their setup, but I would love to have a way to collaborate with other female gardener creators and Jack, not that I wouldn't want to collaborate with you, Jack, at all. I would love that too. I often say that because I like to promote other woman owned businesses, woman-owned opportunities. Jack, no disrespect to you though, because you're a fun guy, and you're a fun guy. You're not even a mushroom, so we'll just keep you in the dark, as they say. So, yeah, for that screeching noise, I don't know what it was, but I think everybody's okay. Speaking of the cats, I will tell you guys they did just fine in the cold weather last night. They have little houses. In the little houses, they have the little heat pads that heat up when they lay on them. And then we have put cushions on the outside, on the front, on the widest side, and over on the top. We put those on there early in the day yesterday to try to create just a little more insulation and barrier there. So good, 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 good. Thank you, Jack. So very good. Well, you can be a creator. All you need is a phone. You can do it. You can do it. So the habitual meadow. Let's figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So yeah, Jack is a fun guy. Jack has the seed starting plan. If you haven't seen it, Jack's got his whole laboratory. Like he's got this down to a science. So, because it is a laboratory after all. So very cool. Very cool. Now there's something else. I'm gonna make a video about this. And so and oh, let's see, do I have any other regrets? But I'm just double checking my list here. I made notes because I like it to be good, but I don't like to forget stuff. I will say putting a garden bed in the shade of the banana plants has not been great. This year, though, I think what I'm going to do, I'm kind of excited. Actually, this is a good way to talk about this, because now that I've recognized that, I've talked about the fact that I've got a garden bed behind me here that has got too much shade. And I just realized just this minute, I've got a garden bed over there that gets way too much shade, because that one's for the bananas, and over here it's the figs and the persimmons. But hear me out. What if I plant shade-loving plants there? Ta-da! Look how smart I can be. And so what I think, and look, tell me your suggestions, but it gets dappled sunlight. It doesn't get very much direct sun for very long, a couple hours a day. I am thinking in one of the beds, I could plant out and Jack, you should weigh in on this, plant out turmeric and Thai ginger in one of the beds, and then regular ginger in the other bed. We would use a lot more if we had a lot more here. So let me know what you guys think. Besides ginger, what could I plant in these shady locations? When I say shady, I mean, in the summer, it gets sun for 3 hours. And then once in the spring, it probably gets 4 or 5 hours of better sun. But as the bananas fill in, it gets less and less sun. So, and we're talking about the new property too. Oh, Jack said he just ordered more seeds. Oh, good. Oh no, I hope the winter did not take out your winter tomatoes. It was brutally cold. Okay, ginger and turmeric love the shade. Okay, great. That is great to know. That's what I was thinking. I might go and just buy out the Asian grocery store from all their stuff and just fill up. I have a 4x8 garden bed. Do you think that'll be enough ginger? So, the shady Grady's. And I can't even, for the new piece of property, I want to get that going. We really are starting to have some good ideas for that. So some really good ideas for that. Green leafy herbs and short maturity root crops. Okay. Greens and leafy herbs. Okay. I know Thai basil likes the sun. What other, and greens won't last here for very long. So greens will be gone pretty quick. Even the lettuce, even right now, as cold as it has been, my cabbage was already starting to bolt. So Well, what is, and the green stalk, are you in a 5-tier or a 7-tier, Jack? Ah, okay, okay. Cilantro. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one too. Um, we have growing in that bed right now. I have shoot, it has a red cover on it. I was showing y'all. We've got a little bit of bok choy left. I've got kohlrabi growing in there, and I've got cabbage growing in there. I cut back a lot of it yesterday because I didn't think it would make it. So the original 5-tier. Okay, so those are about that's 5, 6, what about 10 square feet of growing space, Jack? Something like that. So, okay. All right, cool. Oh, me too, Keely. Me too. Me too, Kaylee. So excellent. I hope you get that. All right. So now I can think about that too. That's good. That's good. I also have, and it's a deep bed, so it's plenty good. And it's got a garden grid on it. So I can get regular irrigation, or I can change the garden grid out if I need to. But so cool. That's exciting. So I want y'all to tell me down in the comments. I forgot, Alex did this earlier, but I forgot this. Excuse me. Something's bugging my eye. How cold did it get for you right there last night? How cold did you guys get last night? The coldest I saw was 22. I'm just curious. Jack, I know that y'all got some, y'all actually got frost, didn't you? I'll let that, I'm gonna have another sip of water here. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, you have a lot of trees around there, Jack, for sure. Lettuce and spinach, maybe strawberries. Oh, spinach, that might be something. Okay. I've got to, well, I think for my strawberries, 20, 20 in Alabama, around 10 degrees Fahrenheit in Missouri. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's cold. Y'all. Too dry for frost, 23. Wow. That's your, that's the coldest I think I've ever heard of you guys having down there. I think that's the coldest. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And I saw that even further inland, like south of Ocala, down in Marion County and all that, was even colder than here. So, yeah, I was really grateful that it was dry. I think the dry really helped us out there. So that was good. Now, for those of y'all who are watching from Florida and the Southeast, where maybe we're not used to getting these kind of temperatures and a bunch of your stuff went to mush, I just want to give you this little bit of advice, and I want everybody to feel free to chime in the chat about this, but don't go start cutting everything back. Even if it's mushy, even if it's ugly, even if the aesthetic sucks. Like my bananas look terrible, but all of that dead foliage, all of the dead leaves, all of that helps with the thermal mass of the plant. It helps give a little bit more insulation, because at least where I'm at, this cold is not over. I don't have my phone in here right now, but I was looking at it earlier, and we have another 20-degree night tonight and some more 30-degree nights coming. And so it does not matter. We want to do that. Let's see. Single digits here. Let's take a look. It was colder there than in Idaho. Colder in the Space Coast area or Daytona area than Idaho. Wow. It is supposed to warm up a little where I am, but not a lot. We are actually, I think we still have nights in the 40s for the rest of the week, and then back cold again. Single digits. Woo, foot of snow and ice. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, I didn't show y'all the ice. Oh, hold on. This was funny. This morning, I have this garden bed, and I need to thicken up so that the plastic, I bought these tarps from the Upcycle Tarp Company, and put on the garden bed, and it's lower. The bed is lower. So when it rained, all this water is standing there. And so this is one big sheet of water. Big sheet of ice here. And so I pulled, this is just how cold it is. This is Northeast Florida, right? So I pulled this off the bed. Let's see. And I threw it in the ground. So this was about 2 feet. And I will tell you that tonight, when I went around taking these pictures, there was still ice in that spot. It had not fully thawed even after 8 hours of laying in the cold temperatures outside. So that was kind of cool. So 23 in Orlando. Oh, Andre. Oh my gosh. Shattered a record that stood time for 90 years. Wow. Going to be in the teens overnight. Yeah, hopefully get some melt. It's going to rain. It's going to warm up right before it rains. Okay. Yeah, and this is just crazy. I mean, the weather, when you look at the weather maps and stuff, forgive me. I don't know, my eyes are really bugging me tonight. Forgive me, y'all. So yeah, so cool. But just don't cut back that mushy stuff. If y'all have any other experience with that, do that. I'm really glad that the things are growing well that are growing. It was really nice to have a really good harvest right before the freeze. And so I even harvested some daikon radish. I've been growing the mini daikon radish. I don't like them. I think I'm going to grow bigger ones from now on. I thought it was cool at first, but no, I changed my mind. It'll be okay though. So, but I am excited to really get back. I'm just ready for warm weather and getting out. So, nice. Oh, good. Just start onion seeds tonight after work. Fantastic. That'll be fun. Since I slept in late today, I might play around with seeds tonight. Maybe I'll just pull some of these out and play around. I don't have any space to set up the camera and do it and play around in the house right now. So the dining table is covered with, and why not? And why not in the middle of, redoing floors in the house? Why not clean the pantry too and just bring all the groceries and put them out on the dining table? Because, why not? So 34. Jack, I got to get a weather station. Like you have. My old Blink cameras had a thermometer in there, but I changed over to the Wise cameras, and they don't have a thermometer setting in there. So, excellent. It's so funny that you're putting broccoli. My broccoli will be so done by March, completely done. So that's funny. Y'all, this has been fun again. I really appreciate our little tribe of folks that come in here and hang out, and we talk about the gardens and we share ideas. It is so fun for me to be able to do that. And I am so grateful that y'all show up and are here and want to hang out. And so it is currently 34 here right now, according to that. So you and I are the same, Jack. I think you said your weather station says 34. Yeah. And so Michelle's at 38. And Michelle probably has a little bit of sun left. So, wow, that's cool. Thank you. I love hanging out with you guys too. It's a lot of fun for me, and I want to get more videos made. And I'll tell you, I had a little more saga that I didn't tell y'all about, drama with my cameras. I did use some of my budget money to buy some more cameras for the meadow. And I got in the cameras. I got in so here's a little pro tip for you. I got in the new GoPro 13, and I saw that people were talking about that it overheated. And I was like, well, people are probably just being dramatic, because a lot of people said it was fine. Nope. So I was recording in the house with the camera, testing the camera out. And in a matter of about 20 minutes, it overheated indoors in good temperature. What in the world would I do in the garden in the summer? And so we'll just figure it out. We will just figure it out. So I had to send those cameras back. And so I'm back to my old camera, and hopefully it'll just start behaving. I reset all the settings. And so fingers crossed on that too. So, it is dark there. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Kaylee, for doing that. Everybody, yes, for sure. For sure. Um, um, make sure you get subscribed. Habitual Hobbies has a channel. Geeky Gardens has a channel. Yeah, that was actually gonna be my next question. Is Michelle, do you have a channel? Are you a creator too? So yes, I agree. Buy one tech model behind. I did, and I bought the I believe in that too. And that's normally where I do it, but I was just trying to I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, yeah, no reason to keep those, and that was, and I almost missed getting them sent back, so I'm really glad I got it done. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, everybody, I think I'm going to wrap it up, and I might fiddle fart around, unless you want me to stay here and fiddle fart around with seeds while we're on the camera. Do you want me to fiddle fart with some seeds on camera and see what all we got over here? So, yeah. I was within the return window. I did that. I had that, but I had only 14 days to send it back. And then we started all this mess around the house. Is that a yes for fiddle farting with seeds while we hang out for a minute? Okay. I can do that. Actually, it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. But let me see. I got to make space. I got to make some space here in front of me. Let's see. That should do it. Let's see. Let's see. What is in? We'll go bin by bin and take a quick look. So this is saved. Doesn't everybody save their seeds like this? Doesn't everybody save their seeds like this? So in a newspaper bag. I don't even know what they are. I know they're not wing beans. I know they're a bean. So yeah, Michelle, pick it back up. It's kind of fun. These might be long beans. These might be Asian long beans. They look kind of long. I bet that's what that is. So, doesn't everybody keep your seeds like this? Now, I will say, I saw a content creator do this the other day. I never thought of this. Instead of trying to shell it, they just they had their kids to shell their beans. They had their kids put the beans in a pillowcase, and then they just beat the pillowcase to get the beans out. And then they winnow it. I was like, well, what a smart idea. What a smart idea. So there is that. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to close that now that I did that. Oh, we got some more saved seeds. This is onion seeds. I know that one because I remember saving these. These are the ones I saved this summer. And so, yeah, we're fiddle farting now with seeds. So if you're still here and you're still sticking around, we've gone from my biggest regrets to fiddle farting with seeds. And so now what would be really smart is if I got, it doesn't, if I got some baskets and sorted as I was doing it, but whatever. Apparently it does not hurt the beans. Let's see how I just crushed these with my hands, and the beans are just fine in here, but they just cook them. They did not damage the beans. She is More Than Farmers. That channel is More Than Farmers. And so it was really fascinating. And no, it didn't seem to damage the beans. And even these that I just did just now, the beans just came out and the shells are just there. So you can see, hopefully, well, it's kind of hard to see, but they started to come out in the bottom of the bag. So cool. Let's see. We don't need any sewing and knitting and crocheting. This bin, I know what this is. I'm going to do some volunteer work for a local charity. They have a big old lot behind them. Oh, thank you. I will do that. Thank you. They have a big old lot behind them that we're going to seed bomb it. It's just an abandoned lot, and it's between the back of their property and a railroad track. And so we're going to make seed bombs. And so I shared all these before. I picked all these up at Dollar General during a clearance sale. And so we'll go ahead, and I don't know why it's being fuzzy. Oh, let me turn my fuzziness off. Maybe that's why they're being fuzzy. At Dollar General. And so, and I got Yeah, I got them for really cheap, like a penny a pack. And so this whole container, or not all the whole container, but most of this is flowers. And so a lot of these I'm going to donate. We're going to go over and we're going to make seed bombs for that. And I'm pretty excited about that. So it should be no blur. So I must have a blur turned on somewhere else, making everything blurry. Let's see. Detail, blurring off. Good. Let me know if that looks better now for not when I hold the seed packets up, that it's not quite as fuzzy. Let me know. I think that's a little better now. I think that's better. So got a lot of those. We have, this is wildflowers, native wildflowers for my area. We have great red hibiscus. This is all a flower tote. Zebra mallow. If y'all know of any of these. Oh, cool. Thanks for letting me know that's less blurry. Butterfly weed. Marigolds. Nasturtium. I think I need to plant those now. Oh, it's time to plant nasturtiums. Let's plant those February. Okay. I might keep these out. They haven't been planted. Let's see. What else is over here? Amaranth. Love lies bleeding. I think that's going to look really cool. I don't know if y'all have seen that one or not. So very cool. Very cool. That's another one of the same thing. Another one of the same thing. Oh, some poppies. We've got poppy in here from Botanical Interest. We have got Mexican sunflowers, the torch variety. Very cool. Let's see what other flowers we got in here. Anything different? Let's see. Ooh. This doesn't have anything to show, but it's organic chamomile, or chamomile, as Kevin likes to say. After the last frost, so we got a ways on that one. Black-eyed Susan. Now, this is kind of cool. I found, let me tell you all about this place, monticelloshop.org. There are a variety of seeds that have been harvested from the gardens at Monticello, and a lot of them are U.S. native seeds. And so I was excited to find that website and do that. Purple passion flower vine. Will not be putting those in the ground. That word vine now has me anti-ground anything unless I put it out in the woods. So, isn't that funny? I'm very nervous these days. I'm very nervous. I think these are the leftover seeds that I planted for fall. I didn't get them all planted. Oh, these are the seeds that went missing. These are my seeds that went missing. Hooray. Thanks for helping me find these seeds. We did these on a live. Michelle said, Michelle said the tomatoes are vines. Yes, that's true. I'm just thinking of like flower vines. I happen to know the passion fruit is also a very aggressive vine. So I don't want to plant it anywhere near a garden bed and be fighting passion fruit all the time. That's really what I was thinking about when I said that. So I'll be very careful with that. And I probably will. And I think my understanding is they only last a few years anyway. And they reseed and repopulate. And so I think I'm probably going to put them in a grow bag of some kind and do that. So yeah, we can forgive the tomatoes. I love it. Thank you. I love it. That's funny. Yeah, these were my missing. Like we did these. We talked about the partridge pea, and then I couldn't find them. That was the one. These are all from the Urban Harvest. We talked about these back at the beginning of fall. And coyote currant tomato. So I'm pretty excited about that. I don't even know where this came from. It's in here. Maybe they're all in the same place. Or maybe this is the one I didn't show you guys because I couldn't find it. Maybe we haven't talked about this at all. Georgia green collards. Let's see. Soil temperature 65 to 85 degrees. When are we supposed to put collards out? They probably should have already been planted already, I bet you. Okay. Sorry, I was reading that. Ford Hook Swiss chard. It's like I've never seen these. I swear I don't know now. I'm just wondering. So this is watermelon. Watermelon. But it's called a strawberry watermelon. Huh. Interesting. Woolly Kate yellow fuzzy tomatoes. Interesting. 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 The Everglades. Well, I have heard different things about the Everglades. I have tried growing them and they lasted past the first season, but I didn't get very many I didn't get very many tomatoes. I didn't do a very good job with them. That is interesting though about the Woolly Kate yellow. And I'm really, thank you for making me do this. Now I know where all these are. Here, okay. Are y'all looking at my seed packets? Because guess what this says? If I can get in close enough that you can read it. Everglades tomatoes. So, some tatsoi. Tatsoi. That I could plant now. I grew some one year that was so lovely. It was very lovely. Another watermelon, Moonbeam. Ooh, I guess we're having watermelon this summer. Kind of excited. And then, let's see. Yep, that's all of those. Okay. I need to like not lose them again though. That's hilarious. Let's see. That's more of the same ones we looked at. Let's see what else is in here. Let's see. This is from Ace. There's probably seeds in here too. This is from, the bag says Ace. I'm sure I went to a local Ace and bought some seeds on me. Oh, no, these are just saved. No, I saved seeds in here. These are saved seeds. Don't know what kind. Here. Let's see. It's a flower seed. It's a flower seed. No idea. It's a flower seed. Oh, well. Oh, well. I need to do one of those chaos gardens, like that guy who just takes the seeds and throws them everywhere. One day I'll get around to that. Let's see. Anything else exciting in here? Ooh, Sweet Williams. They're so pretty. April and May. September through February. Okay, so they're just time now. All right. Maybe I could go sprinkle these outside too. I sprinkled a bunch in the front garden this couple last week. Some vinca. No. Is that right? Vinca, periwinkle. Is that vinca? Is that the right one? So let's see what's in this bag. I think. Golly, who knew? Well, you know, the bag could have been written on, and I have markers right here. So yeah, I'm pretty bad about that. It's better when I put them in something like this because at least it's got a place for me to label and handwrite it. So this is Thai eggplant. Oh, look, some seeds from One Mellow Marigold. So I have some seeds from her shop or from her. Whenever you order, like they're right there. Whenever you order from her, she always adds seeds to that. We've got borage, which I did plant some borage this year. So that was really funny. And celosia. Well, this will be good. This will be great. I can plant these back in the front garden around the mailbox. That'll be good. Oh, look at this pretty. Velvet green. No. Velvet queen. Velvet queen sunflower. Velvet queen. That's cool. Ooh, pretties. This is wild bergamot, also known as the Mondarda horsemint, wild bee balm, and Oswego tea because of its use by Native Americans. A unique seasoning for jelly, salads, and other savory dishes. Interesting. Deer resistant. This packet sews up to 102 feet. How can that be? This doesn't feel like there's anything in here at all. I don't know. It feels very light. So, moonflower white. Now, this was a plan, and my thoughts were good. And this is a vine, though, too. So here is the challenge, right? This is another vine. I might need to be careful. But what I was hoping to do was establish this, and maybe it goes in its own planter. I wanted to establish this to start attracting, excuse me, I dropped something, more night pollinators at the time when the dragon fruit is blooming, so that I can hopefully have pollinators coming to the yard at nighttime, because I don't have many other night blooming things. Loofah is like the only other night bloomer that is so different than everything else. And so I was hoping to do something that opens at night. And if y'all think I'm crazy, tell me, but I thought this was a good idea. It opens at night, and to start training the pollinators to come around at night. So by the time it's dragon fruit season again, that they're coming around to help with that pollination. So, and we talked about nasturtium already. Moonflower, we did that already. Portulaca, double mixed colors. Now this is that. Now there are some that are a Florida native. I don't know if this one is a Florida native version or not. I hope that it is. We talked about those already. What's this last one here? And nasturtiums. So a bunch of lovely stuff in there. So excellent. Yeah, the morning glory is in the purple and blue variety for sure. Yeah, I think it's in the same family. I think so. So you can do it. Keely, you can do it. I have confidence in you that, our mental health is so important. If y'all don't mind, we'll talk about this for half a second. Gardening is really my therapy, frankly. And I miss it. And I can tell a difference in my mental status from when I'm gardening more and when I'm not. I'm wearing a smartwatch these days because I'm tracking some other stuff that's going on. And so I was around the garden yesterday, but it's the first time I've done anything like that since I started wearing the smartwatch. And it says, worry for you. You may have overdone it today. And I'm like, overdone it? This was just a good practice for summer. Can't wait to see what you think I'm going to be doing when it gets to be hot outside and I'm moving and I'm in the garden for 6 or 7 hours at a time. So, but there is this tied benefit to getting those things done because it gives you something else to focus on, I think. And when I'm in the garden, I'm just in the garden. Generally, I can leave everything else behind. I don't worry about what's for dinner. I forget to drink water, which that's why I have to remind myself in every video, remember to drink water, Michelle. I don't care about bills. I don't care about budgets. I'm not thinking about work. I am thinking about the garden bed in front of me. And it's a really great time to just clear your mind. So, right. Exactly. My watch just doesn't know yet. It just doesn't know me that well, does it? If it thinks I overdid it in just a couple hours, but it did take a lot of piddling around yesterday when it's very cold. Like, I don't know. I don't know how y'all like get out in the garden and do stuff when it's so cold, but it was just bitter yesterday. I do too, Michelle. I deal with, I don't talk about, like, my channel's about gardening, and I know y'all know I'm a real person and I don't try to pretend to be anything different than I am. But I can get myself in a state of overwhelm and I can't even garden. And I don't like it when that happens. So I've been working on that because my mental health is important, right? And so to me, of all the hobbies I've ever had, now I do enjoy going fishing. Um, um, but I love that I can do this hobby right here in my yard. I don't have to have anybody to help me. I don't need anybody's approval. I mean, it's nice to have help sometimes. And Mrs. Michelle got out and helped me yesterday. Y'all, it was so sweet. I might get a little teary. Um, she does not like the cold. She does not like the garden. And she loves that I enjoy the garden, and she'll go out there with me and she'll let me entertain her by telling her about plants and things that are happening. But it's just not her bag. It's just not her thing. And so last night when we were trying to finish tying something off, I was like, I don't need your hands for this part. I got it. You go in the house. And she goes, I'm not going in until you're done. We're going in together. And I was just like, it was just so sweet. She was willing to stand in the cold to make sure that I was okay and get in. And I know we've been together for like 35 years. So it's not that unusual, but just felt so sweet because it was bitter cold outside. And so that made my heart happy. Yeah, you are very welcome. Yeah, I'm using I have a Samsung, so I have a Samsung smartwatch, and I'm really doing it to track how much sleep I'm getting, more than anything else, my sleep. And it's helping me realize that I've always thought I was getting enough sleep, but I'm coming to realize, even though I'm going to bed, I'm really not sleeping as many hours as I thought I had. And so, yes, do that. And well, I've never had tears freeze to my face. I do like my hats. Like, I've got another cute little hat. Y'all have seen my green hat. Y'all have seen my lamb hat. I've got another cute one now. That's nice. It covers my ears. And I can look cute in it too if I want to. I can put it in and look like I'm from Portland, so that keeps that. So she does. She does. Aw. Yes, I'm only 40. Thank you. You're so kind. You're so kind. You're so kind. We were just mere children. So yeah, I'm very lucky. I am very lucky, and so as much as she doesn't like being out there when I really need her, and like, she knew I was out in the garden doing that stuff. So I'd promised to cook lunch, but everybody slept in. And so I was out in the garden doing stuff. When I came in, lunch was ready. And I know these are little things. This is how people will take care of each other, right? This is what you do when you love people. So there's that. So there's that basket. We got through that one. I know that these are baskets we've already looked at here. So I'm not gonna open this one. Oh, there's some cilantro. There's something I could plant though. Here is the radish that I planted. It's called a ponytail radish. It is a daikon, but it's a miniature daikon. But I haven't really had good success with them yet. And I think some of that comes from inconsistent watering. I've had trouble with that. And so, that's just something I got to keep working on. I got to keep working on. I can keep working on it. Let's see what's in this bin. Oh, this is way too many. We'll be here all night, but we'll look at a few of these. Let's see what's in here. Oh, I think we did these already. These are some I got from the Asian grocery store, Roselle. So, yeah. Yeah, no, I would rather for her. The short version is we happen to meet in a store. That's the short version. We met in a store. And then bumped into each other months later. So it's really that simple. So, but I won't get into all the details of it, but it was pretty funny. But that's how. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's just we met in a store, and then we met again later and just hit it off. And so it's been very sweet. It's been just like any relationship. there are days that are better and there are days that are not as good. And, you know, and it's all okay. Just keep staying. Just keep staying. So, yeah. And thank you for understanding the privacy thing. I appreciate that. So, cute. Oh, something like that. So, what are the white varieties? Okay, what are the white varieties of Roselle? And I'm planting more of this year. I am going to turn my whole, I'm going to do another whole hedge, a fedge on the back side over here. I put it in the garden beds this year. I won't do that again, but I'm just going to plant it along and make another fence line of it and plant it up because I didn't get nearly enough. I had just enough to make one thing of tea or one little jar of tea. I haven't drank that tea yet. I should have drank that tonight, but that was kind of fun. That was kind of fun. So, yeah, these are definitely ones we went through because we talked about these different things here. Let me just glance through and see if there's anything I haven't talked to y'all about before. Chinese cabbage. Oh, I need to keep this out. So I need to keep this out. Where'd I put the nasturtium? Oh, crud. I already lost it. Oh, no, it's right here. Okay, good. I'll keep these out. I may need to plant those. Oh, microgreens. I need these two. These are for my neighbor. Thank you for reminding me. Some more seeds from Casey at One Melon Marigold. Isn't this cute how she has this in her little package? So these are some lemon drop squash and Seminole pumpkin seeds. So very cool. Very cool. Da-da-da. We looked at that one for sure. I bought this book from Wild Floridian. Y'all don't recognize her. You might recognize her face right there. And this really does do a good job like that. So won't that be a wonderful problem to have? I'll learn to make jam. Yeah, these are all I showed you guys. I showed y'all these last month, the ones or the month before, the ones I got from the Asian grocery store. Holy basil. At that. You know what's really funny is the Thai calendar. Here's a little fun fact for you. The Thai calendar does not they recognize the same calendar that we do, but in Thai, if we're looking at Thai stuff, they have their calendars a different year. And so this says this expires in 7 of 69. And so I think their year is like 2568 right now or something like that. So let's see. What else is in here? Oh, good. Oh, look, I got some more saved seeds. Look, I wrote on them this time though. Garlic chives, October of 25. So, so I tried to grow the Seminole pumpkins. I didn't do a great job, but I'm hoping to do that more. So, I don't remember if they had powdery mildew or not when I grew them. I ended up with only 2 and then I forgot to eat them. And so, Seminole and cheese, Long Island cheese pumpkin. Is that the funny one? Isn't that the funny one? Long Island cheese pumpkin. Oh yeah, those are cute. A winter heirloom squash that is flattened. Yeah, okay. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see what else is in here. Let's take this box out. That's the one we did already. Now we've got there's a place in downtown where they have big packets of seeds, and so but it's in the envelope, and the envelope doesn't hold the seeds once you open it. So there's that. This is Dutch cabbage, round Dutch cabbage. I haven't grown cabbage yet. I haven't grown cabbage. I'm sorry. I haven't grown heading cabbage successfully. I've grown leafy cabbage. And then there's also some coneflower in here. So the coneflower, I like the coneflower too. So Nice. Great for pies. Oh, good, good, good. Good, good, good. Let's see. Who else is down here? Man, I think I'm making a bigger mess instead of a less of a mess. That's okay. Sweet William, you can go over there. More seeds. We've got more seed saving, very high quality seed saving here, y'all. Very high quality seed saving. So I've got agapanthus in here. I wrote on the bag. That's good, right? Agapanthus and coleus and some onions, I'm sure, but not labeled. More onions, some scarlet bunching onions. Looks like I can probably plant these out now. Okay. Some more of the shallot. Oh, this was all from my onion video. This was from the onion video. Those shallots, I ended up getting one of those. The Zabroon shallot, I ended up getting none of. Zabroon. So I think I got all those from Etsy. These are Asian wing beans. I know what they are. I left them in their containers. But what's funny is they look like just like the other one that I had. So well, no, it's a little lighter. The Asian wing bean is a little lighter colored. And so, but it looks a lot like the other one too. So that'll be good. My Asian wing beans did not really take off and do like I had hoped this year. Thailand red onion shallot seeds. So maybe I think I might have enough time to put another crop of onion seeds in. I might do that. And then what else we got down here, man? Good Lord, Michelle. I saved some more seeds, but I don't know what they are. Black seeds. I don't know. Maybe black beans? Maybe some kind of black bean? I didn't label these either. Why not? Why have some fun? Why have some not fun? Oh, that makes me feel better. That makes me feel better, Alex, because you're definitely a better grower than I am. So mystery seeds. Oh, good, 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 good. Mystery seeds. I love it. I will have to do that on some of them too. You know, whatever. And then there's the seed saving like this. Right? So we got the medicine jars. That's got corn in it. This is unlabeled completely. Let's see. Interesting. This looks kind of like a multi-seed, like a chard or something. It's really rough. It almost looks like gravel. No idea. Maybe I'll do a mystery bed. I like that idea, Jack. So oh, thank you very much. That is very kind of you. I actually do enjoy organizing. I never just stop long enough to do it. That's the challenge. I like organizing. And so then this is a bell pepper. This is almost embarrassing at this point now, y'all. This is a bell pepper seed. So right on the bell pepper, that way you don't have to worry about remembering what it is. Don't know why this is so funny today. Okra. We got okra. We got okra seed. That was a skinny okra though. We've got loofah. I recognize this one anywhere. Loofah seed. It looks like watermelon seed, but I know that it's loofah seed because I haven't had that many watermelon seeds. And then more pepper seeds down here. So oh, it's okay. It's all good. Well, you can have OCD. It's okay. You know, and I tease my sister-in-law. I tell her that she has CDO because OCD isn't in the right order of the letters aren't in the right order. Oh, I don't mind you laughing at me. I'm laughing at me. I think it's hilarious. That's probably why I haven't dug into this box, right? Um, white peach, white peach. My neighbor gave me white peaches and then Iranian plums. I wrote those down. That's good. That says Spanish lime on there too, but I have to tell you, maybe, oh, maybe that's what that is. Maybe that's what that is. Spanish lime. So this is hilarious. Organic garlic chives, sprouting cabbage. Oh, this was the good one. Okay, actually, I'm really glad I found this. Let me tell y'all about this. So I started doing microgreens before I started the garden channel. And so I had like things like this. And so one day I decided, well, what happens if I just plant these? What happens if I just plant these, right? Because they're microgreens. Well, I will tell you, they make a really good microgreen, but they make a really tasty soup cabbage. The leaves were very spiky. They were not pleasant to pick. They were very spiky. It was really surprising. But it was really tasty in soups and stuff. So we really enjoyed that for sure. For sure. Some more of this ponytail. We got that. More of this ponytail radish. Korean cucumber, which I got 0 of after I planted it. And I'm not blaming the cucumber. I'm blaming the gardener. American leek. I think I can plant leek now too, can't I? Yeah, it looks like maybe I can plant those now too. Put those there. Why not? I have some fun. So that was kind of fun with that. And pak choi Chinese cabbage. So I picked all my pak choi and I do not have any seeds in waiting for the backside. So I'll have to get those done. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, that was about a half hour of playing with seeds. Wasn't that fun? That was kind of fun. Thank you. Thank you for encouraging that. This is, here's a variety, my friends, that I have loved. If you can get your hand on them and you have the space for some indeterminate tomatoes, these are super sweet 100s. And I have been very happy with them. They grew well. They're very tasty. They grow fast. So it sounds good. At 3, no, I won't be doing this at 3 a.m. I promise you I will be asleep, but maybe. So drag out all the seeds and go through them and pick out more seeds and have space to plant. You know, it wouldn't be bad really. Once I get my dining table back, I think I will, maybe I will drag them all out. Maybe I'll just turn on that. Yeah, you're in Florida, Michelle. You can plant anything you want. Yeah, so for sure. For sure. Well, I'm thinking, you know, this has been kind of fun. I see other people do seed videos, and I always feel like, I don't know, I enjoy watching them, but I always feel like I would be boring if I was making a video just about the seed starting. And so I think my camera is dirty. I think I put my thumb on the lens. That's why it's so fuzzy. But maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will just do another live. Maybe we'll do a seed haul live, like just all the seeds and just let it run until I get done. Ooh, how's that for if you have ADHD and you know about body doubling? You know, doing my seed sorting live on camera and just let it be live. That might be crazy. So, yeah, the super sweet 100s are delicious. They are absolutely delicious. So, and they grow so well. Just really, really crazy. All right, my friends, this has been so much fun. Thank you for encouraging me. I'm really glad to know that you guys like that idea. I'll just go live. Maybe I can plant some stuff for them. Maybe that's what we'll do for the next live is we'll just do let's organize our seeds, and we can just do seed organizing together. And so would Sunday night be a good night to do that? Or would y'all think a different time to do that? Just in the regular slot, just go in the regular slot, and we just go until it's done, and people can come in and stay, or maybe I start earlier. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Yeah, definitely put that on the list. It is a delicious tomato. It's bigger than the Everglades tomato, but it is still a very, very small tomato, and they're just prolific. Like I only had 2 plants one year. And you know, the little, is it pints that you get from the grocery store? Not that little, but this size. I kept giving those pint-sized containers to the neighbors because I just had more than I could use. So, and I still have a lot frozen too, which are really good. I need to pull some of those out. So, well, this has been fun. Okay, so we'll do that for next time. We're just going to get organized. Okay, perfect. I love it. For the next time, we're going to do seed organization, and I'll set up, maybe on my dining table. That's what I'll do. I'm thinking about what the background's like, but that'll be all right. We'll figure it out. We'll get the background done and get it done. So that'll be fun. Well, you guys and gals, thank you so much for hanging out this extra half hour of playing with seeds. This was a lot of fun. I found a few things that need to be next on my list. So I'm gonna start. This will be the first things I start planting seed starting for. So that'll stay right there as I do that this week. So thank you. That's excellent. That is excellent. Until next time, my friends, if y'all got any closing comments, I'll wait a minute. If y'all got any closing comments or anything, let me know before I sign off. Because I know we're sometimes like a minute behind or something with the way YouTube does this. And so sometimes it's weird. I try to figure it out, but since I'm the one that's live, it doesn't tell me we're on a break and that it's showing y'all commercials. So I don't know. All right. I will see everybody next time. I am glad that we could make your day. It was so wonderful to see all of you here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, hanging out together. I'm just all itchy now. I don't know what I got into. My eyes are itchy. My nose is itchy. You know, all this being outside after not being outside, I guess. But y'all have a great night. Thank you so much, my little gardening friends. I like that. That's perfect. Everybody stay warm. Take care of yourself. Be smart. And remember to drink plenty of water. Wear that high quality sunscreen. And as always, have a fantastic day and night. Thank you, my friends. Good night.